These are exactly the listing that we talked about last year. And so if you look down that list, you know, our Easter event, and then Pawleys Party in the Park, that was something that they already had booked. I don't have any idea if that's still viable. Sassy, is that something that's, are you aware of that?
Mm-mm.
That's, I would assume that's the shagging,
Oh,
I
the
think
thing.
that's what that big, I think that's that big thing they do once in May.
Oh, they changed the name. It was like the Pavilion Reunion. Now it's the Pawleys Party in the Park, and they had to cancel it last year.
Yep.
I know that Ashley Carter has something to do with that. I don't know who else is on that committee or that group that had set up.
Marcia? Let's see if she can hear us.
Here.
Let's see what happens here. Okay, backtrack it a little bit while she does that. Ryan, I see you over there. Okay, let's just continue to look down the list. Okay, Memorial Day celebration, July 4th parade. There was talk of a kayak race. Ryan, do you know anything about that?
Yeah, we do that every year. I mean, it's pretty small, but we haven't picked a day yet because it's all contingent on a tide. We need the tide to be perfect. So I'll look at that, and usually I coordinate it with the owner of Surf the Earth, because he helps out, and he's the one who allows us to use his kayaks and his paddle boards and all that good stuff. So
hey, Ryan,
Yep.
you need to coordinate it with the guy who wins every year. Make sure he's available too.
Yeah, I know he'll be the first one to call. He calls me like usually in March. He wants to make sure he gets his trainings.
Oh, good grief!
Oh yeah,
he wins every year.
He does, but he's like he's older guy. He's got to be close to 80. Guy's like a machine. He bikes every morning too. He lives on the north end. See him every morning. He'll be biking up and down the island. So
good for him.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's still on. Okay, Ryan, I'm gonna backtrack a little bit. The May 15th, Pawleys Party in the Park, is that still on?
So that's the date they use, and they do it every year. Clearly, with this last year with COVID, they canceled it and they pushed it to the first weekend in October, thinking that it might be okay by then, and then ultimately had to cancel it. So I haven't seen any marketing, or they haven't really contacted us yet about doing it this May, but they do it every year, and usually they'll contact me around this time to say, hey, just want to double check that we get to use it. So I would just plan on that being a go, because they do it every year.
Okay, let me call Marcia, y'all, because I know this is frustrating to her. She can just hear me talk and I'll kind of be redundant.
So I'm recording this, so we could always relive it if we have to make minutes.
Marcia?
Yes.
I tell you what, hey honey, I know how this happens to me all the time. I tell you what, you just listen to me, and I think you can take notes from me, okay?
Okay, great, thanks.
All right, y'all, just to reiterate, Marcia, I sent y'all all a listing of the 2021 events today.
Yes.
Okay, so we're going down the list. The Easter festivities on April 3rd, that's a go. The Pawleys Party in the Park. Ryan, because Mayor Henry wants to list all of our events on the website. So do you mind, because I don't know these people, do you mind confirming the May 15th date with those people having that event?
Sure enough. Yep.
Okay, so I'm gonna put that Ryan is gonna confirm the Pawleys Party on the Park.
Hey, can I interrupt just real quick? Ryan, do you think that do you have any reason to believe they're not going to do that party this year?
No, I think I'm 95% sure they're going to do it.
Okay. Never mind. Go ahead.
Okay. Memorial Day celebration, that'll be ours. July 4th will be ours. Marcia, the kayak race is on, but Ryan is going, Ryan is going to double check with those people to see if that's still the, correct timing. I assume the Civic Association meeting September the 4th, is that still a definite?
Again, that's another one they do every year, and it's always the
Oh,
Saturday of
always
Labor
that
Day
Saturday.
weekend.
That's the homeowners association, isn't it, Sassy?
Yes, that's the homeowners
Civic
association.
association.
So yes, but Civic Association / all the homeowners, and usually have the, excuse my cat, usually have the event or the meeting at the chapel, and then the event is typically at Seaview. This year we were gonna try to maybe do it at the town hall, the reception after, but obviously everything got canceled and cattywampus. But I'm wondering, I saw that we had also thought about doing something on actual Labor Day. In my past, everybody kind of leaves Labor Day. So it would be better to have something probably in conjunction with the thing on the Saturday or on Sunday.
That's something the town doesn't sponsor. That's just on the calendar, right?
The town does not, well, it's really the Civic Association that does that.
So that's not really our responsibility, but I think Ryan, does it, the mayor want everything listed on the calendar or not?
So, I mean, there's a calendar on the website now. I mean, all these events are on there, and they have been for 7 years. So they're on there. All these are on there.
All
no,
these
not-
are on there for 2/21.
I got to see if I've updated all the dates for 21, but it's
I don't think the 21 are on there because like the Easter egg and all that kind of thing, we unless y'all put it on there from our meeting last year.
no. So I mean, any new events like the Easter egg thing and the Santa or whatever it is that you'd want to add, that wouldn't be on there. But all our historical events like Turtle Strut or 4th of July parade or
Okay.
party
Okay.
in the park.
Okay, Sassy, we're gonna come back to what you talked about, the Labor Day. I'm still trying to just verify that all the things we listed are still relevant.
Right.
So I assume the beach and creek sweep on the 18th. And here again, that's not really one of ours, but was listed. November the 13th, the Turtle Strut. Is that the city's responsibility?
It is.
Okay. Okay, then the tree lighting on the 26th, that's ours. Then the Christmas Carol sing that we talked about, that would be ours. And then the Santa deal on the 10th. So from this listing, Marcia, the ones that are not our responsibility is the Pawleys party in the park, the kayak race, the Civic Association meeting, and the beach and creek sweep. Is that correct?
Well, the creek sweep is I mean, it's not really an organized event. I mean, it's just something that happens every year, and we have a volunteer who kind of runs it, but the town provides a dumpster and
Hey, Ryan, I was going to do that last year. I'd like to look at doing that, heading that up this year.
Okay.
Good. Needs it.
Yeah, I loved it. Yeah, I got a passion for that kind of stuff. So Ryan, I'm going to put that on a side note. You and I can get together in the next. I'll make me a note in the next 2 weeks. Get together, and you tell me what all I need to do to prepare to be able to get volunteers and what the town can do for us, and that'd be great.
Okay.
Okay.
Right,
So
doesn't the town give trash bags out and stuff, and isn't that the town's involvement in the dumpster and trash bags and?
Yeah. So the dumpster and then bags and then gloves and then really just volunteers show up that day, and it's something that happens statewide. So all the communities are usually doing it, which is good just from a marketing standpoint. If everyone's doing it, then word gets out and everyone's talking about it. But yeah, so we really just provide it
throughout the state, Ryan.
It is throughout the state.
Right. Okay.
okay, so Marcia, Scott Towns just volunteered to chair the beach and creek sweep.
I am impressed.
I know.
I'm glad someone has a passion for that.
I do.
Oh,
I really do.
That is so great. Okay, now that we are all hearing, well, first of all, y'all, I'll backtrack a little bit. this is so great. And I truly do think that 2021, I think we can do a lot of fun things. I think we're going to have a really good time. And I'm hoping, you know, by April, the COVID situation will be far better. And so I am thinking that we can move forward on talking about what we'd like to do Easter weekend. How do y'all feel about that?
Oh, for sure.
I think so too. I think we need to plan for the best and we
Go.
need to leave if it doesn't.
Okay, well, we've got a lot of things to plan. It's only January, so you know, we could certainly talk about all these other weekends too, but I'd kind of like to start today by talking about, you know, what we want to do Easter weekend. Now, Ryan, let me ask you, is there any, y'all just, Sassy, you did a fantastic job on Christmas.
Yeah.
You did it,
Same
and
here.
and you did it by yourself, and we don't want you to do that.
I
going
know. And
forward.
it, you know, it was really not a hardship, except that we have literally 3 plugs. So going forward, Ryan, I believe, has had his electricians come out, map out where we want to put some outlets, and hopefully get us a price soon. That's something that I believe the town is going to try to do. Is that right, Ryan?
Yeah, we budgeted
Yeah.
about $8,500 to add a few outlets in the
Yeah.
park. So
Well,
So-
you did a beautiful job, but I know you, somebody told me they saw you climbed up a palm tree and was wrapping up there by yourself. So
Yes, I did.
next year, we're going to get us a game plan so you don't have to work so hard.
That's fine. You know, now at least I have like an idea of,
What
you know,
can
how
we
much
do?
time and kind of what to do. The big tree will definitely need to be a group effort. So
We'll get the cherry picker line back up again.
Mhm. exactly.
Okay. All right. Well, if it suits everybody, let's just talk a little bit about Easter weekend. Let me look at, okay, that's Saturday, April the 3rd. And the only thing that I've kind of got to, you know, compare that to, last year we went over to Devadoo, and they gave all the children came with their baskets, and they dumped out eggs. I mean, it's not like they really hid them. They just kind of like put them everywhere. And you know, the Easter bunny was there, and they made lots of pictures, and they didn't have any food. I kind of thought they needed some. But anyway, I'm game for, I just want it, it's kind of like our inaugural event. So I'm game for whatever y'all think. So what are y'all's ideas?
I mean, I definitely think we should try to do a bunny and a Easter egg hunt and some, you know, some sort of food of some sort on that Saturday, I guess, before Easter. I'm trying to think of what else would be appropriate.
Assuming we could do a photo op, you know,
Mhm.
with your bunny in the little cabana in there, the
Pavilion.
What time of day would y'all be thinking?
Easter's on April 4th,
So
so
we
it'll
do-
still be kind of cool. I don't know. What do y'all? I don't.
Don't you think it should be the Saturday before Easter? Maybe
the third.
early afternoon when it would be the warmest?
Yeah,
That's what I
Yeah.
was thinking.
yeah, like maybe that 3 to 5 or 2 to 4.
Yeah, let's say 2 to 4.
Okay, let's go with 2 o'clock to 4 o'clock. 2 to 4. All right, and y'all, this is just my ignorance, not knowing, but like, as far as food, and I'm just, you know, are there food trucks down here? Can we get it? I mean, are we allowed to get carried away, or what kind of food can we have?
I think we can do whatever we want. Obviously, if we're gonna do a caterer just for optics and just to do the right thing, we need to get a couple other people to bid to.
Is that
Or-
what you do, Ryan? Do we have to send it out to 3 different organizations and let them bid, or how do you do that?
Now, technically, you don't have to do it. Council can just go with whoever they want. But if Get Carried Away is going to be one of them,
Mm-hmm,
like I said, for optics, you're definitely going to want to get more than one.
mm-hmm. Or we can just all, you know, we can decide, okay, what kind of food are we going to do? Are we just going to do cupcakes and stuff like that? Well, you know, I can order those from the grocery, you know what I'm saying? And do lemonade and all that kind of thing. Or are we going to do more like finger sandwiches and,
Well, I think the first year we just go simple and see how it turns out.
mm-hmm,
And I think Sassy's got a good idea. Let's do lemonade and cupcakes and
mm-hmm.
not do anything huge and see what sort of turnout we get. And the next year we can build on it, maybe.
That's kind of what I'm thinking.
Well, whatever we do, I think we have to keep an eye towards sanitation, you know, particularly this first event we do, whether, I think cupcakes is better than cake, and
Mhm.
things that kids aren't gonna put their hands in, like a bowl of M&Ms, you know, something that's
Right.
individually done, wrapped. Could be
Mhm.
Christmas, Easter cookies,
Mhm.
or, you know, in the look, I don't know, what
Velvet,
else, something like
Velvet, the
that.
one that Debbie do, did people sign up prior, or to give us an idea of how many people, or did they charge a nominal $2 a person, $3 a person, or how'd that work?
Well, what they did,
I'm sure it was club sponsored, but
yeah, I mean, you had to pay to go to it.
that, yeah,
You
Yep.
had to pay, but now they didn't have, like, if you had to, you paid X amount of money to go over there and eat lunch.
Yep.
And when the lunch was over, you know, you go to the Easter egg hunt. So I guess they did have food, but they didn't have, you know, anything outside, but you
Right.
couldn't go, and it was expensive. I can't remember what it was, but even for a child, it was like $15.
I mean, do we see people signing up for this prior and it's free, or do we see people signing up and it's $3 for children and $5 for adult, and they get the Easter egg hunt, the cupcakes, and a picture with the Easter bunny? I mean, I don't know how, or is it just free to the public? But at that point, you don't know.
No, I think you're in order. It's tough because it's not that you don't want the public, but you don't know like how many people.
That's where I'm going with that. You know,
You know, I mean,
you might get 10 or you might get 50.
get 10,000.
Yeah.
Right.
Is there a way is there a way to invite people that are residents of Pawleys Island?
I mean, can't we send it out to property owners? I mean, send
Yeah.
out a notice to property owners and those of who will be
Yeah.
there Easter.
Yeah,
mean,
man,
I would-
Our goal is to do
there's a
things
master-
for the island, to unite the island, and we're not to entertain
Right.
the broader community.
I mean,
Yeah.
Ryan, thoughts?
I mean, that's a tricky one because what you're doing is you're using public funds to put on a public event, and you
Mhm.
can't exclude people
Mhm.
Well, if we did
coming. So if you
public funds.
advertise it as an event and it's open to the public, if people from the off island end up showing up because they heard of it, you can't tell them they can't come. So really, the only way to get around that, you just really have to be selective with your marketing. That's why a lot of the things that we do here, when it's people say, "Hey, we just want to have property owners only," I don't put it on social media or anything, because all that's going to do is reach a bunch of folks who are, you know, going to end up showing up, and then it just becomes more people than we thought, and they're going to be not the people that we're trying to target. So it's tricky.
Well, can you not put this on the, if and again, this is, I'm not saying this is the way we could or should or gonna do it, but to the group, the question to you, Ryan, would be, could we decide that we don't want to put that public on the website, but yet send an email out to every homeowner on the island?
But
Yeah,
I think we still have the same problem. You're still using public property,
Mhm.
It's being very exclusionary. And
Mhm.
I think that's what bothers me. That's my pushback.
Yeah.
I think we'd be better off charging something
I
perhaps.
do too. I do too.
You think we better be better doing what?
To charge a fee, just
Yeah,
to
charge a
charge-
nominal
yeah.
fee,
some
yeah.
nominal fee, that'll accomplish what we want, and still we won't look to be exclusionary.
I agree. And what about signing up or an R, not an RSVP, but
Register.
yes.
Can you register online through the city?
I mean,
Cool.
yeah, it can be set up to do it. I mean, if you want to have an event that's only going to be able to accommodate a certain amount of people, that's probably the best way to go about doing it, because then at least you're going to know what kind of numbers.
That's okay. That's the ticket. That we just have a certain amount of availability. That's my main thing is, are we going to have 10 people or 10,000? So if we only have a certain amount that can sign up, then that's that.
Yeah, there'd be no problem with that.
Okay.
So you sign up online through the city.
Mhm.
And I'm thinking for this first year, are y'all thinking that maybe like 200 is enough?
Oh, that's too many.
Oh, okay. How many are you thinking?
I mean, that's too many if we're going to try to socially distance and be COVID conscious.
Well, we're going to be outside
I
and,
understand that. I understand that.
Yeah.
I just don't want some super spreader.
Yeah,
well,
that's
nor
good.
do I, but, I think,
I mean, I think it ought to be a smaller
one
number.
thing, but
How small are you talking?
Well, I know, Velda, when we did the chapel this summer, we did it at the park. And we had some weeks 60, some weeks 70. And we could probably accommodate more than that, but I don't think any more than 100.
I think 100's
Well,
a good
I
number.
mean, I see what you're saying, but really between my family, Marcia's family,
Right.
Scott's family, we're gonna take it all right
I
there.
know. Because if you consider you're bringing a couple of children, so, on average with parents and
I would say at least 3.5 per family. I mean, or
Mhm.
maybe
What
more.
are y'all thinking, y'all? We got plenty of time. We're gonna be meeting more, but why don't we, what do y'all think? And then we can always adjust due to COVID situation. What do y'all think of 125?
that sounds fine to me. I mean,
I think we
the
can get
park's
that number
the
pretty
park's
quickly,
pretty
I'm afraid.
big. I mean, the park is big. I mean, I know every inch of that park now. And, there's a decent amount of room to spread out.
And I guess given the the environment at that time, as far as the COVID environment, we could always set up different state, in other words, if we're going to have 125 people, we can have a table with five different tables spread out with different things, in other words, spread it all out and have the same thing, but in 5 different areas.
And you can have different age groups and different Easter egg zones.
Correct.
Yeah, no, that was, let me tell you about Devadu, because I was really impressed with that. They had 2 different hunts going on at the same time. And if you were, I think it was maybe it was 5 and under, 4 and under, literally they just dumped them on the ground.
Yeah.
And they were in one area. And then if you were like 6 and above, you were at a whole different area. And I think we could do that, don't y'all?
I think so.
Yes,
too.
yes, I think we should do that.
Good for everything. Good
And then the
for-
6 and above would be a little more complicated to find them,
Correct.
The little ones, they just literally dumped them on the ground.
Right.
And now, Sassy, I'm saying this to protect you, because the next thing will happen, you'll be doing everything. I think that, because I kind of a little bit what Marcia said, this is our first one. I'd like to come out of the chute, making it really special and great. Now we're all going to be there and we're all going to be enjoying it, but like the cupcakes, the lemonade, everything we do, I mean, I'd like to have professionals doing that. Do you know what I'm saying? Like I would like the food to be, whoever we decide to use or whatever. I want it. I don't want us all, I mean, I don't mind. I'll do everything I can, but I just want it to be, like Marcia said, very organized, sanitary, and done very professionally. Does that make sense?
Sure.
So you look
Yeah,
for
it
money that
does.
we
And
set up-
Velda, I'd love to have name tags too. Really cute name tags so that people who live on the island or come to the island will get to know each other at one of these events. So I think it'd be fun to have name tags.
Because y'all, this is the truth. Marcia's been down here 30 years or more. I've only been down here 5 years, but like, you know, I didn't know Sassy. I didn't know, you know, Lord, I didn't know John, didn't know a lot of people here. So I just think that's the whole purpose of this, is for all of us to get to know each other and get to know our families. So that's why I don't want, you know, all of us, I mean, we're going to do a lot, but the actual event, I hope that we'll have people that we can pay to do what needs to be done. If we
Set
have,
up and serve.
yeah,
Right. Or even get some people to volunteer. That wouldn't be bad either, other than if we are constantly volunteering and doing the work, we're all going to get burned out and want to get off this committee as fast as we can. So we need to try to get a few other people that are willing to maybe come in and do the cupcakes and the lemonade for the day, or do, you know, something like that. Because I don't really know where we are with our finances. I can't remember, to tell you the truth. I think I spent about $1,500 on Christmas. I've got that together for you, Brian, also.
Well, Ryan, can you tell us what kind of money we have to spend? I mean, I know you might not right now, but can you give us a budget for this particular event?
So we don't, I mean, there's not much in the actual budget for events. And there's about, you know, about $3,500 for just general stuff. But then, you know, we've got specific money for like the turtle strut and the kayak race, 4th of July. We've got more money, but when it comes, and we've never had an Easter event. So there was never nothing, there's nothing budgeted for it.
Right.
But if you have something you want to do, you know, if you have a budget, you just bring it to council and say, you know, we would like funds for this, and they approve it. It's that simple. I mean, they're the ones that task you with putting on events. So there's no reason they wouldn't, you know, help support them.
Ryan, is there any time of year where you have to submit budget requests, or can they be done at any time?
So we do the budget in December of every year. So we just passed the last budget. And like I said, there's money in there. There's probably about $3,000 to $4,000 for just general decorations and holidays and events. But then there's another $3,000 for the turtle strut. There's another, you know, 4th of July is rather large, but that, you know, that covers T-shirts and things like that. So like I said, there's nothing specific for Easter, but I don't know what kind of money you're thinking about spending.
Thousands and thousands.
Well, aren't we going to charge something for people to attend? Didn't we say
Yeah, we
do
are
that?
going to charge.
A
Yes,
nominal
we're going to
fee.
charge.
It may not cover it all, but a nominal fee will cover some of it.
Mhm.
Oh, okay, let's talk about that then. Okay, we're looking for, we got to buy eggs. You know, not real eggs, but we got to buy those plastic eggs. We got to put things in those eggs.
Right.
We got to have stuff to drink. We got to have, okay, let me ask you here. You know, we're going to do lemonade and all that kind of thing. Okay. Can you have beer and that kind of thing on public property like that?
Well, I mean, it gets a little bit trickier when you start talking about alcohol. We've never done. Could it be done? Yeah, it could certainly be done, but it's not as simple as just, okay, we're going to serve alcohol.
Because if you're going to do alcohol, that takes it to a whole nother. We'll have to get permit, right?
Yeah, and insurance and that kind of thing.
Insurance, permit,
Just, yeah, I mean, like I said, it can be done. It would just.
I say we keep this one just at the.
I would say let's not do alcohol this year. Let's not do alcohol at Easter.
The alcohol for this one, no. I mean, we might do alcohol for another event, but not this one.
Right.
Okay.
Or just bring your Yeti cup and nobody will ask questions.
Or your Starbucks cup.
Mhm.
All right, but Sassy and but y'all have food trucks down here. We have a lot of those in Greenville. Do they have food trucks down here?
There are food trucks in Myrtle Beach.
Yeah. All right. Okay. Well, maybe we don't want food trucks, but are y'all thinking really just more like?
I think for this particular
I think
event,
we've had food trucks. I know Velda at All Saints has had food trucks there before.
Okay.
So I don't know where they came
I
from.
guess my thought for this event, it can be a little bit more on the easier side considering what it is, and children not having a long span of, you know,
Attention.
attention span, maybe it just is the 2 to 4 and literally pink lemonade and cupcakes, and we charge like $5 a child or something like that.
Are y'all
Just to-
thinking, are y'all thinking $5 a child, and how much for the adult?
I don't know.
I mean, the adults aren't gonna do much. I mean, if the adult
Mhm.
like have a glass of lemonade, that's gonna cost us a quarter. I wouldn't worry
Right.
about that.
Yeah, I don't,
I mean, don't sweat the small stuff.
But
I
don't
mean,
know.
I'd almost rather see it be, I mean, again, I think if everybody limits it to basically one cupcake and a couple of glasses of lemonade or a handful of M&Ms.
We'll be making money at $3 a person.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. So it could just be $3 a person.
That's
All right.
fine.
We're talking about $3 a person, with the maximum amount of people that can attend is 125 people.
Yeah,
Right
what's that?
now, that's what we're thinking.
Yep. What's that number come out to?
And hope for good weather.
Oh, Lordy. Mm-hmm.
Well, we might want to do like a rain date, the very next day from 2 to 4, Sunday 2 to 4. You might need a rain date.
Yeah.
Okay. Marcia, you kind of got all that?
I do.
Do we want to, Vela, do we want to break this up into subgroups of who want to be in charge of the food, who want to be in charge of the setup, who want to, who want to be in charge of stuffing the eggs and things like that?
Well, that's a good thought. Okay, but because I run an event business, we hire people to do things, you know
Correct.
what I'm saying? I work 12 hours a day, but I hire people, you know what I'm saying? I guess
Stuff the eggs.
I guess we can't afford to do anything.
Right.
So I
Well,
guess
if we charge $3 a person, we only have $375.
Right.
Right.
So,
well, I'm going to talk to the mayor and see if we can't find a little more money somewhere. Y'all, I do feel like it's really important that we come out with this first one, and it's nice and people enjoy. I mean, we can't be looking rinky dink. We can't be looking like the PTA. You know what I'm saying?
We're gonna have to rent somebody in a bunny suit.
Definitely have to rent somebody in a bunny suit. Gonna have to get a photographer.
That's right.
And
Somebody.
we got to do some sort of decorations, whether it's like pink bows or whatever, plaid bows or whatever they are, on some of the fencing and that kind of thing, just to, cute it up a bit.
Okay, let me ask you this. Where here is, can y'all give me a name of a place because I want to try to get a budget together, a bunny, like an event place that would have bunny rabbit suits?
I do not know of a costume store. I have to think there's one somewhere in Myrtle Beach.
I see this truck driving by all the time. It's called Events.
It's out of they're out of Charleston. It's oh gosh, we use them. Get carried away. I can't remember. I can't use my phone either because I'm using it. I know somebody who actually has a bunny costume who dresses up as the Easter bunny. I can ask her if she would do it. So just put that down on, I'll ask her.
mhm.
And if she can't do it, maybe she'll just lend us the costume.
Okay, let me look here a minute.
How you looking in a bunny costume, Valda?
Honey, I'm a little short, but I tell you what, y'all, because okay, I'm looking at this list, and we can't tackle Memorial Day yet. So this is my suggestion, because I know this it's Friday afternoon, and I want to keep everybody. Marcia and I live right near each other. Why don't why don't we try to, Marcia, why don't you and I, since we see each other, why don't we try to organize the pieces of all this, like
Okay.
what we need, okay?
Okay.
And then why don't I try to send out something? It's got to, like your idea about dividing everything up.
Yep.
But right now, I'm not sure if we know what all we need, you
What
know?
it is, yep.
So why don't we try to put together, you know, kind of, you know, a listing of what we need and what we think it might cost, and try to get back on the phone in 2 weeks, and then kind of make assignments on who's doing what. What do y'all think?
That sounds good. And I can, in the meantime, kind of get a few ideas of cost on just basic decoration, you know, some simple decorations that are Easter-like. And I have the name of a few different photographers. I can give them a call and find out what they charge for that too.
And maybe we could get an email trail going of the parcels that we need to think about, you know, somebody to head up the cleaning, make sure it's set up and broken down and cleaned up would be one task. Then the food would be a second task. The Easter bunny and directing that would be a third task. The hiding of the Easter eggs would be a fourth task. So, you know, that would be, that way we spread the misery around.
Right.
Right. I would like to find somebody that could possibly make these cupcakes, make the, you know, do the lemonade, do all that, come in and serve it all. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And we can do a tables and tablecloths. Now, Ryan, do y'all have
We're saying
tables?
If we do it, we need to probably get other people to bid on it, unless we donate it.
Ryan, do y'all have tables?
Yeah, we've got about like 7 6-foot fold-out tables.
Okay, well, that's good. So Marcia,
Velda,
yeah,
remember that Saturday is a turn day for rentals. So you'll be having people coming in and people checking out. Historically, when I've been here, there've been a lot of owners here on that weekend. And the Sunday, there's a sunrise service on the south end historically. So there are a lot of people coming and going that weekend. It would be nice if we could somehow let the people coming in and the people leaving know that this function's going on Saturday. They may see it and just stop by anyway, but there'll be a lot of traffic around there coming off the North Causeway and maybe off Myrtle. So you're gonna have a lot of people. I don't know if they'll sign up in advance, but they'll see it and want to stop in, I would think.
And that's another committee, so to speak. We need another person that needs to volunteer of who's going to make sure that he or she or they who are there are paid and even collect at the door, so to speak, if we do have walk-ups.
Well, we'll have name tags for those people who've registered.
That would, yep. Okay.
That's a good idea.
Yep.
let me be clear on this, because I'm here again, don't know all the politics of this. As far as hiring somebody to do the food and serve the food. So the events committee we are tasked by the city of Pawleys Island, or the town of Pawleys Island. So we can't just go to get carried away and hire them. Is that correct?
Without putting out another bid.
So based on the level of work that you're talking about, typically that wouldn't be a problem. But the reason I say that you got to bid it out is because Sassy owns the company you're going to. The mayor owns it just doesn't,
If the optics aren't good.
You don't want to give anyone a reason to give you shit, basically. And that's the reason you do it.
Well, let me ask you this, like, okay, well, like, see, they're the only people that I know. So who else is there?
There's Pawleys Island Bakery. There's Ingles, not Ingles. There's Publix. Sassy knows. I mean, we're talking about cupcakes, aren't we?
Yeah. I mean, Brian and I can donate it. We don't care. We don't need to really mess with that, honestly. Yeah,
but-
I don't
but-
need recognition. I don't need anything. Brian and I can just donate it and call it a day.
No, this, we're gonna have to talk about that, but no, but this, like Marcia knows what I'm getting ready to say. There are cupcakes and there are cupcakes.
Cupcake.
And so it's just really important that this first round, y'all, we really got to make it great. So, okay, well, we can talk about that.
We can even have custom cupcake with an Easter egg on the top of it with a pot with
I mean, there's a great little cupcake place in right at Surfside
with
called
our initials on
called
it.
Cocoa Dots. So cute.
Oh, that's so cute. Don't y'all get worked up about this, but and I know we don't have the money, but I'm thinking, but how fun would it be for the little ones to have some kind of little basket that had Pawleys Island on it that they use every year? You know, they leave it at grandma's house, or they're, you know what I'm saying, Marcia?
Mhm.
I mean, I'm trying to make a tradition here. So, or even some of the egg, you can order eggs that have things on it, like they have name on it. Could have like the Pawleys Island logo. I don't know. I'm just.
That'd be
thinking.
Yeah, I think everybody should put their thinking caps on and
Yeah, well, let's do
any
that.
ideas. Any
Now that
ideas,
we,
send it to Velda and I.
okay.
All of you, you got, and Beth couldn't be here today. She's in Atlanta on her buy-in trip. And by the way, if y'all haven't been to her store, y'all really should go.
I
Oh,
want
I bought so much for Christmas. It was stupid.
Yeah, I went over there, and anyway, and I don't know if y'all know her, but she's got a great story, and her father was in the House of Representatives and all that. And I learned a lot about her, so it's really good. Why don't, Scott, I know you got, all of you, I know you have a lot of ideas. Why don't y'all just, send ideas. Marcia and I will try to organize it.
Okay.
I'll send out, and we'll meet again in 2 weeks.
Sounds good.
And we'll go from there. Is that a good idea?
Yes, and I'll go and do a little research on cost of, different cupcakes and stuff like that. That's easy for me to do.
Okay, Ryan, Mayor Henry, had sent me an email saying he really would like to get our year's events on the website.
Right.
In that we went through all of this and everybody agreed to all of these items. Is this sufficient for you to move forward in getting everything posted on the website?
Yeah, I mean, it's, like I
It's
said,
on the
nothing really
website.
on there, but yeah, the Easter egg hunt, the Memorial Day celebration.
And then as we get more information, we can put a paragraph of this is what we're doing. Da, 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 da.
Yeah, we could put to be determined, details
Yeah.
to be determined or something.
Right.
On the Easter egg hunt, if you want to go ahead and say, 2 to 4.
Yes.
2 to 4. Should we go ahead and say limited to 125 people, the first 125 people?
I'm
Or we
okay
want to
with
wait
that.
for our next meeting and decide if we want to post
Let's
that.
do it on next meeting.
Okay. By then, yeah, but maybe by the time we talk the next time, we'll know enough that we can really like post a little paragraph about what we're
With
doing.
the cost and all that stuff.
Cost and more details of what they're going to get for the cost.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All righty. Well, how do y'all feel about all that?
Very good.
Yep.
Okay. Well, I'm very excited, y'all. It's going to be great. I appreciate it. And y'all just send ideas and we'll put
We
it
will.
together, and I'll be in touch. Okay.
All right. Thank you, Velda.
Thank you, Ella.
Perfect.
Thank
Thank you so
y'all.
much.
Thank all of you. Bye-bye.
Have a great weekend.
Y'all
You too.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.